make our stone, I have a few different colors of gel food coloring, a couple shades of brown, and just a little bit of black in my fondant, and a toothpick. And what I'm going to do is flatten out my fondant a little bit. And then I'm going to start with one of my brown colors here, and I'm just going to add a little bit to it. And I'm just going to start working that into the fondant. Now I don't want to work it all the way in. I've just worked it until I start to see the color coming out. Then I'm going to go with another brown. It's a little darker. And I'm going to do the same thing. Start working that in a little bit. Then I'm going to do the same thing with a little bit of black. Now what I'm going to do, that I've got all my colors partially worked in, and you can wear food safe gloves if you like so you don't get food coloring on you. I'm going to roll this into a snake. Then I'm going to fold it in half and give it a bit of a twist. This is the way you can marbleize fondant. Then I'm going to go ahead and roll it into a snake again. Fold it over and give it another twist. And I'm going to do that for a few times. Now you can see what our stone's going to look like. And at this point it's just a matter of pulling some off, and you want to kind of look for the different colors. Then you just shape it into a rock. You could cut it out with a little circle cookie cutter to make little stepping stones, or you could just take some off and kind of randomly pull off little pieces. And it's that simple to make, variegated stones and or stepping stones. The stepping stones you can also use for like castle cakes to put around doors and windows is cool, or make a little stone sidewalk. If you want to make a really great tasting rock, take some of your fondant and wrap it around an M&M, and you have a nice chocolate rock. Your kids will love it. It is delicious with the marshmallow fondant. And here's some examples of the rocks and stones that you can make. You can use any color fondant and food colors that you want. You could also brush on some luster dust to give it a bit of a glitter. To make the stem for your mushroom or toadstool, you want to start with a ball of white fondant, and we're going to work one edge of it here, and we want to leave one end a bit rounder, and we want to make a cone shape out of the other. So you just want to roll it with pressure on one side of your ball. You want to roll it until it looks like this. And then you want to flatten the bottom so it stands up. And that's all there is to making the stem. You may need to let this dry, depending on the consistency of your fondant, for a couple of hours before you try to add the top of your toadstool. To make the cap for your toadstool, you want to use colored fondant. Red's probably the most popular, but you can use any color that you want that fits your theme. It's pretty much the same process, but we're not going to make it into a cone. We just want to make it kind of an elongated, almost like, I don't know, a rounded top hat. I don't know what else to call it. So you don't need to work it very long. Then you want to make an indentation at the larger end of your fondant. You can use a fondant ball tool, your finger, or the end of an artist's brush. The bottom of your toadstool looks like that. Your stem's going to fit down into that indentation. Next, you want to roll out some really tiny balls of white fondant, and we're just going to stick them randomly around our toadstool cap. To attach the cap to the stem, just use a little bit of water on the paintbrush here, and we'll put it on our stem, and there is your toadstool. Now this needs to dry at least overnight, maybe a couple of days. If you're making a very small one, you can actually use an M&M for your mushroom or toadstool cap, just put a little water on the top of your stem and the M&M will stick to it. And there you have a very quick toadstool or mushroom for your cake. I hope you enjoyed today's video. We'll be using these stones and toadstools in a cake debuting next week. So please join our channel. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on this great cake. Thanks for watching. We hope to see you back soon.